Did you feel the acorn? Years ago, the Brothers Grimm put in writing a famous fable about Henny Penny. Disney made two animated stories about her, the first in 1913. Now we know Henny Penny by the American name Chicken Little. And the premise is that Chicken Little is hit on the head by an acorn and assumes the sky is falling. Oh my God! In her paranoia, she tells everyone of the impending doom, always to be shown to be just an overreaction. In a market where we're seeing record inflation and interest rates jumping on an almost daily basis, it's not uncommon to see a modern-day Chicken Littles. And the question is, are they overreacting? On today's market update, we'll discuss what is happening and how it may affect the real estate market. Hello, I'm Jeff Moss, and welcome to All the Right Moves. If you don't avoid the news or the internet, you know inflation just hit 7.5%. That means prices as a whole have gone up 7.5% from a year ago. And if you never saw the news, you still feel the increase in prices. By the way, this increase does not include gas or food, which has gone up much more than 7.5%. So what does all this have to do with real estate? And I'm glad you asked. Real estate is one of the time-honored inflation hedges. It's a tangible asset, and those tend to hold their value when inflation reigns, unlike paper assets. More specifically, as prices rise, so do property values. And that's according to Mark Cusson, a financial writer from Investopedia. Historically, as inflation rises, so do home values. And you can see from this chart that home appreciation outpaces inflation in almost every decade. That means as your paycheck's buying power shrinks, your home equity will go up. Real estate is better than putting your money in the bank, so do your best to own a home. If you think renting is better than owning, we can see that rent increases follow inflation, but they rise at an even quicker rate. That means that if inflation is 7.5%, you can expect your rent to go up by more than 7.5%. Do you think owning is better than renting? Let's ask Natalie Campisi. She's on the advisor staff at Forbes, and she says homeowners are shielded from mounting rental prices because their cost is fixed, regardless of what's happening in the market. Tangible assets like real estate get more valuable over time, which makes buying a home a safe way to spend your money during inflationary times. Inflation above 2% is never fun, but it does seem to benefit homeowners, or at least create a hedge against inflation. But what about interest rates? Yep, they're going up, and they'll continue to go up. And that's how the Federal Reserve deals with inflation. But should we be worried? Mortgage rates dating back to before the pandemic were higher, and rates were pushed down after the COVID lockdown to levels we'd not seen before. When you factor that in, they aren't really that high. Yes, they'll continue to rise, most likely to levels we see in this chart. But what about a market crash? I'm still saying no crash. The reason is foreclosures are at a 15-year low and probably for longer than that. As long as people have equity, a crash will not happen. And I hope this market update has helped you see that owning real estate is still a great idea, even with what's going on around us. And on that troubling note, that's it for our show. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on All the Right Moves with Jeff Moss.